All right, what's up, everybody? Here we go. We got the shame blueprint in high-performing contractors. Shame drives overachievement more than ambition does. If your crew messes up a pour and you feel it in your chest like you failed as a man, that's shame. Shame equals I am the problem. And I just want to be clear that shame isn't guilt. Guilt is a good emotion that we can feel to keep our moral compass in life, to know not to treat others badly, right? Treat others how you want to be treated. So when you feel guilty about something, that's a good thing. But shame, on the other hand, isn't so much an emotion, but a core belief. A core belief that something's wrong with me, I'm bad, I'm not worthy of love, I'm the problem. So shame is a core belief, and that shame subconsciously gets attached to us in those first 7 years of life because our limbic brain is not formed yet. We're living out of our limbic brain. The cortex isn't fully developed yet because we come into the world open, loving, pure little beings, and we're just taking in all the energies, right? And so you could be left in your crib too long, and all of a sudden, hey, it's your fault. What did I do to be left alone? You know, and you start crying, whatever. You know, you get a little older, you see mom and dad fighting, and the brain is going, there's something wrong with you for them to be fighting. And so your nervous system is programming, how do I keep myself safe? What did I do wrong? What do I need to do? Do I need to people please? Do I need to match that energy? Do I need to get out of here and only come in for dinner, and just play outside all day? So that's a little bit about shame for you. In the core beliefs, I'm not enough. I'm only valuable when I produce. I can't fail. I can't show weakness. Come on, contractors. This is you. This was me. Yeah, man, that's hitting the nail on the head there. The contractor shame loop. Trigger, mistake, self-judgment, over-control, anger, isolation, work harder. Does that loop sound familiar? Trigger, mistake, self-judgment, over-control, anger, isolation, work harder, right? For me, it was always work harder, always had to do more, always pushing myself to do it better, to get the crews even more precise in how we were doing things. So success, and then we get success. We'd finish a project, right? And that would temporarily soothe the shame, but never removes it, right? Because once you accomplish one goal, shame, the nervous system is like, all right, got to get a next goal, got to get a bigger goal, got to do better, right? It's always pushing you. It's always pushing you. And if your nervous system is stuck at 5 years old, if you see a little 5-year-old, or say you're a parent to a 5-year-old, or have been a parent to a 5-year-old, would you tell that little 5-year-old, hey, you need to push harder? Yeah, I know you built that sandcastle, but you need to build a bigger one next time. Come on, let's go. And then you'll be worthy. Then I'll think you're special. It's like, no. But that's what we're doing to ourselves, y'all. So the cost, what's the cost of living life like this? Short fuse at home, emotional distance from wife, kids walking on eggshells, body aging faster, no real peace. So come on, let's set the mask down and let's get real. Let's get super truthful with ourselves, which is uncomfortable. But that's where it's at, right? I mean, if you want to get really real, because at the end of the day, when we're on our deathbed, what's really going to matter in our life is the relationships we have. And what's a relationship built on? It's built on trust and authenticity. You only have the depth of your relationship is how honest you are with that friend or person about who you are. And if you're not being true with who you are, how can you be truthful with someone else? You can't. And so you're living a life that is lacking intimacy. Into me you see. Deep, meaningful relationships. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. The money, you know, the boat, the motorcycle, the RV, the toys, the trips, all the shit that I did and I had didn't mean shit. Because at the end of the day, it's about relationships. And I know y'all can, I hope y'all are hearing me. I hope you're letting this land. Bow. And yeah, it might be uncomfortable, but on the other side of uncomfortability is peace and freedom. And yeah, there'll be some pain with that uncomfortability. But we live in a society that we avoid pain at all costs, talking about grief and pain. We don't go there, but it's a natural emotion. And without it, we wouldn't know the depths of love and acceptance and all of the good things. So as you numb those things out with work, weed and alcohol, busyness, food, whatever, right? The list goes on and on. What are we doing? We're disassociating. When we can learn how to detach from these parts we may be embarrassed about, or we don't have we don't want to look at because it hurts or there's pain there. And this is what I do. This is what I help people navigate this. It's super powerful, and I'm honored to be doing this and being in my purpose. Come to find out, wherever all the stars were when I was born, like, I didn't know this till after I went on this journey, but this is what I'm created to do. So if you need help, hit me up. fortheknown.com. It's in the description down below. So yeah, nobody wants to be a short fuse at home. Nobody wants to emotionally distance themselves from their wife. Nobody wants their kids walking on eggshells. Nobody wants their body aging faster. And everybody wants peace. I mean, come on. So to close, you built a business, but you also built armor. You built a business, but you armored up through the business. The business became some armor to protect you. Hey, as long as I'm achieving, I got money in the bank, you know, I got a good looking wife and some kids, I'm good. All right, so next video, we're gonna talk about what this wiring is doing to your relationships, which I probably already covered right there, but we're gonna keep going, y'all. All right, peace.